pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of Fuel Wednesday Night's season finale from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Joe Towinski, joined up here at the booth by the one, the only, it's his home state. You know him, you love him, Mr. Joseph Weaver. Weaver, buddy, welcome to Homestead for what promises to be a great night of racing action.
Hello, Joe, and thank you for having me, and thank you everybody at home tuning in tonight. Like Joe said, should be some excitement here at Homestead. I feel like this track always is a good way of delivering some excitement.
Delivers some excitement indeed, and thank you for making the quick trip on down here to Homestead. And by quick, I mean probably a very long one from your home up in the Central Florida area, but 94 laps tonight, 3 championship contenders. They're competing for points. It makes it a little more complex for the folks at home. The highest finisher isn't necessarily going to be the champion out of the 3, depending on who leads the most laps. If every one of our championship 3 leads a lap, a bunch of different factors. We'll keep you up to date on those throughout the race. But Weaver, when you have to manage those different things, that just add another distraction in your head.
I think for some it might, but I think on the other hand, the goal is to go out here and win the race, Joe. If you win the race, there's a good
Everything
chance you're
takes
going to
care
be the
of
one.
itself.
Yeah, there's a good chance you're going to be the one taking home that championship. So I think that's the goal on the mind for our 3 championship contenders tonight is go out here and win this race.
In the final race of the year, those 3 contenders, Zach Rogers in the number 1, the 68 of Joshua Moyers, and the other Joshua Clements in the 84. Your 3 championship contenders here tonight. They'll be putting on a show, trying to take home final race win and championship here in Fuel Wednesday nights. Looks like we're having some issues with the ticker. Not good. We're going to try to fix that stuff, folks. Apologies for the blank screen. Qualifying. Is qualifying's over? Qualifying over?
It is now.
Okay. Something is going on with the ticker.
Is it not ticking?
It's not ticking.
Well, that's a problem because the ticker's got a tick, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's going again now. We'll see if it fixes itself. That's weird. Oh, there you see 2 of your championship drivers there making some contact. Clements into the side of Zach Rogers. That one team, they felt like, they were going to come into tonight's race. Huang Zhou was supposed to be the 4th driver. Yes, there were supposed to be 4. Tyler Mallon, not here tonight in the 18, was supposed to be that other driver, but Huang Zhou was originally supposed to be the other driver in the championship 4, so it's championship 3 tonight. But Weaver, qualifying is concluded. Why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
With Pleasure, Joe. Starting on the pole, getting the night started right for one of our championship contenders. The one car, Zach Rogers, set a time of 29.961. Starting on the outside of row 1, another championship contender, the 68 of Joshua Moyers. Row 2 is the 97 of Crystal Bennett and the 7 of Tyler Stallhood. Row 3 is the 5 of Tate Dorsey and the 91 of Cole Rodriguez. Row 4 is the 84 of Joshua Clements and the 76 of Kenny Campos.
Oh yeah, you ready to go racing tonight, Weaver?
I
Star-studded
am.
field here on a Wednesday night. You got the 1998 Winston Cup cars.
I am ecstatic to get this race going, Joe. I'm ready for some good racing. Already looking like these drivers are trying out some different lines here in warm-ups, trying to find some speed in this tricky track.
That's right. Something still appears to be wrong with the ticker. Oh, man. We're going to go ahead and just restart all of these little programs that we run and see if that fixes things. Because we kind of need a ticker, don't we?
I mean, it would certainly help things.
Yeah. It can't hurt, right?
No, definitely not. You know, it's those gremlins, Joe. The gremlins getting you.
Yeah, let me tell you. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's called restart everything and hope it works.
It's gonna
Alright.
work, Joe. Trust me.
Are you our tech support guy now?
Yep. I gave it an old finger wag. Stop it.
Oh, nothing's working. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Folks, we're going to step away for a second. We're still here. We'll be right back on JTS. Getting ready to restore the feed here. Weaver, I mean, here in Happy Hour, you'd say at least we're the ones having the issues, not any of these championship drivers.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we're having enough for everybody combined. Just means this race is going to go off without a hitch.
Yep. That would be the hope. Looks like we're getting to race, so cars getting lined up here on the grid as we wait the command to get engines fired here from the Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
So we get to command 2 of our championship, 3 on the front row. Zach Rogers in the number 1, Joshua Moyers in the 68. Crystal Bennett and Tyler Stallhood are there on row number 2. Row 3 is the 5 car. That is Tate Dorsey and the 91 of Cole Rodriguez. Joshua Clements and Kenny Campos back on the final row here tonight from Homestead. 97 and 6, both and 5 coming down pit lane. We get ready to go racing. We're underway here. Season finale, Fuel Wednesday nights, live here on JTN from Homestead.
Interesting strategy there by the 97 and 5 car. Looks like a drive-through for the 97.
Wonder if penalties from a week ago.
Think that's got to be what it is, Joe.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the front, though, Zach Rogers setting a good pace already, pulling a good lead on second place right now.
Rogers out in front of the field. And looks like we're having some issues with our scroller. We'll try to get those fixed as the race goes on, but hard to work through some technical difficulties while we're trying to broadcast here. But as you said, Zach Rogers is out in front of the field. Joshua Moyers there in second.
Worst comes to worst, Joe. If you at home, we need to know where, maybe how far our car's behind. Pause it, bust out the old ruler. About every inch, we'll give that about a second to half a second on track.
And Benjamin, we don't have the pylon set up is the problem. Pylon's all different.
Who's set up right now is at 68. Joshua Moyers makes a big move down into turn one, going to be able to clear Zach Rogers there. Was falling back early in those first couple laps. Now lap 4, really turning on, caught up to that one car fast, made quick work passing him. I'm going to try and pull away.
An excellent job there of getting by Zach Rogers.
84 Joshua Clements in third, now closing in as well. Looks like maybe Rogers might be trying to save his stuff a little bit here early.
How difficult is this, early portion of the race, Weaver, where you're just trying to feel things out? You got the championship 3. They're running 1, 2, 3 right now with Moyers out in front. But how difficult is it to kind of gauge where you are compared to everyone else?
I think it's early right now. You're really just worried about running your race and figuring out what you have under you, and kind of got to give it some time to see how these other cars build before you can really determine where your car is comparative to the other drivers. As you see Zach Rogers with a big move here in the 3. 2 leaders swapping positions here early.
Working through things right now.
97 of Crystal Bennett back off pit road, making some laps. Tate Dorsey still on pit road, sitting in the pit box.
I think there's something with Tate tonight. Maybe just coming out, showing some support. Joshua Moyers trying to go back to the lead. They are swapping the top spot here at the front of the field.
Yeah, they are, and all of this is letting that 84 catch up as well. Moyers back to the lead now, clearing off turn 2.
What are you like? What are the thoughts right now for Joshua Clements sitting in third? You're watching the 2 drivers you're battling with for a championship. They're swapping the top spot. They're getting racy with each other. They're maybe taking some risks early on that if you're the 84, you're not willing to take. But what's kind of the thoughts if you're that third place car right now?
Right now, I'm thinking I'm in a perfect position if these 2 can keep racing and I can, hold close, just stay in the draft, stay with these guys. They're going to be burning up their stuff racing like this. You see Zach Rogers with a big sin. Oh, the 68 gets loose.
Moyers loose.
Contact there with the 84.
That's going to allow Zach Rogers to pull away with a race lead. No caution, we stay green.
Big break for Zach Rogers there as Moyers gets loose going into turn 1. To gather that car up that also checked up the 84. Last time by now, Joshua Clements in second, over 2 seconds back after that little slip up. Moyers over 3 seconds back. Big lead for Zach Rogers. Clements now getting in the wall out of turn 2. Zach Rogers now just looking to lay down some clean laps, hold on to this lead that he has been gifted.
It's a pretty nice gift, isn't it?
Absolutely, can't ask for anything more than that. Your competitors both having a little checkup there, giving you a nice big lead after having to fight for it and swap the lead back and forth for the early 10 laps of this race. Cars look nice and on edge here, Joe, running that high side. Not much room for error.
Just trying to be careful not to step over a boundary. No mistakes, no mistakes.
Second and third place cars are catching up slightly here, but a lot of gap to overcome. Below 2 seconds now for second place. Joshua Moyers going to that bottom line, trying to get some runs going down there. Moyers can make really good time, run that kind of middle low line through the corner, but doesn't have the best drive off. Also got to be wondering what that might be doing to his tires running down there.
Just wanna take it easy, right? Come on, Weaver.
It's hard to take it easy in a race like this, Joe. You know, with not the biggest field tonight, there's not many opportunities for yellows, so you know you're gonna have to catch up to this one on speed.
On
Now
speed.
He's past 2 laps. Zach Rogers able to extend that lead back out, now pushing 3 seconds to back to second place.
Weaver, I just wanted to let you know you're an MVP tonight. Just so you know.
I'm always an MVP, Joe. That's all
You
I
are
do.
always an MVP.
Battle for second is on. Joshua Moyer's completing that pass through 3 and 4 there now. Got a lot of time to make up if he wants a shot at Zach Rogers.
And Moyer's there. See from our pylon there on your left. Of course, lap, not the correct information. It gives you a good idea of where your favorites are out there on track right now. Zach Rogers out in front. Joshua Moyers, Joshua Clements. 1, 2, 3 in the championship. 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack. Zach Rogers out in front of the field, pacing the way, folks. We're gonna do some movie magic here on your screens. Apologies. Things a little more legible for you at home. Weaver's gonna keep you going though, radio style.
Lead continuing to grow for Zach Rogers, now over 4 seconds back to second place. Joshua Moyers almost 6 seconds back to third place now. Really, right now, all Zach Rogers hoping for is a clean green race. The lead is going in his favor. Seems to have a good car, especially on these long runs. He's got to be careful. He's got trouble with the lap car of Tyler Stallhood. Got back around on fresher tires now. Had a little hiccup in 1 and 2. Kind of holding up Rogers here a little bit. Rogers gets back by also catching that 91 car. Cole Rodriguez going a lap down now.
Zach Rogers just trying to find a way to seal the deal here tonight, seal away a championship. Has already led more laps than his fellow competitors for that title. 91 on pit lane, almost made contact with the barrels. Here comes Clements down pit road for the first time tonight. Pit
stop starting for our leaders here. 30 laps into this race. I think right now you're wanting to go a good maybe 2-3 more laps at least this run.
And split this into 3 segments.
I think if you can run another 2-3 laps here from where we are now, I think you do another run like that, you should be able to make it to the end. It'll be close, but you can definitely make this a 2-stopper.
At the end of the day, you just... least amount of pit stops usually is what gets you to victory lane if you're trying to win one of these races on a 1.5 miles. Seeing these top 2 right now take things easy. Zach Rogers in the 1, Joshua Moyers in the 68. Tyler Stallhood right now 3rd. He's that next car behind the number 1. It's been one of those nights, Weaver.
It is one of those nights. Some people like it, some people might not. As you see in here, some of these drivers are probably enjoying it a little more than others, but
Think?
a lot of off-throttle time in the corners for Zach Rogers right now. Last time I ran a 32.4. His fastest lap of the race is a 30.5. Well over 2 seconds will fall off for these guys so far. 33 laps into the run. Long run here for Homestead. This track can eat your tires up. I do think it's the right move, though, if you can cut it out to 1 more stop instead of 2. Zach Rogers now ducking down pit road. Joshua Moyer is going to take it 1 more lap.
Watch Rogers there. We'll zoom ahead to Moyers in the 68 to see where this car ends up and when he ends up coming down the pit lane.
Rogers on and now off pit road with seemingly no issue. Moyer's heading down to his box now.
Down away goes Moyers. We're going to cycle through. Joshua Clements, I believe, going to cycle through ahead of Zach Rogers. Yes, he will.
That he will. An undercut there on that stop's going to buy him a good lead here to work with. That 1 car is chasing him down. Just how much time these guys were losing on those old tires late in that run. Zach Rogers just ran his fastest lap of the race. Everything cycled through. Clements now our leader with a 1.6 second gap back to Zach Rogers. Got 1.4 seconds now. Will that 84 be able to do it on one more stop? I believe Zach Rogers most definitely can. I think Clements can as well, but we'll just have to stretch it a little further on one of these runs.
Weaver, take him radio style.
They're going around the track, Joe.
All right. It's been some really good racing here tonight, folks. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we've had. It has unfortunately been one of those nights where it just feels like nothing has gone our way here on JTN. But we appreciate you sticking with us here tonight. As always, encourage you, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. It does a lot to help support us here on JTN. We can't thank you enough, as always, for all of that support. As the battle for the race lead is going to start to heat up here from Homestead. Rogers starting to catch Clements here for the top spot.
Lead down under a second now for Clements. Zach Rogers really closing in on that 84 car. Clements now going to the bottom, trying a different line, trying to get that lead back.
Rogers doing it.
84
Clements
hit the
around.
wall.
Hard into the inside wall
big
goes the
wreck.
84.
Oh no, Joe.
That's gonna kind of ruin the battle I think we were waiting to see.
It will heavy damage on the side of that 84 with big contact to the inside wall. No yellow. Another big break for driver of the one car. Zach Rogers now takes the lead and has a 7.5 second gap back to second place Joshua Moyers.
Say that again. How many seconds?
7.5.
Wow. That is insane.
Yeah, I believe with the last set of pit stops that came in, he was around 4 seconds back. Stayed out an extra lap, Moyers did. And he has been cutting into that lead some. Now it's under 7 seconds. So trying to catch back up to this one car. Moyers still has a fast car. Can definitely make it on one stop. It's going to be a matter of can he overcome a 7-second deficit to Zach Rogers.
That's not good. Onion powder in your eye. Oof, yikes. Kristen geeking out on cheap fuel. My goodness. Things fixed. Doesn't look like they fixed. So Zach Rogers is out in front of the field. As the 97's going around right in front of the 84.
That's going to bring out a yellow here, Joe. That's gonna change everything.
Crystal Bennett going around here in the Irwin Tools number 97. Right in front of second place, Joshua Clements. Third place, excuse me. Or second. Yeah, second. Now third. But big implications for the championship, Weaver, as the 84 again gets caught up in trouble.
Yeah, tough break for Joshua Clements. Had to come down there, get that damage fix after wrecking out of the lead. Now finds himself in some more trouble here. Some more damage on that right side of the car, but at least this time gets a yellow. Going to be able to fix that damage under the yellow. Big break for Moyers. He's going to be able to catch up to that one car, Zach Rogers. They're going to come down pit here. They're going to have to pit one more time after this.
As the leaders are on pit lane, Weaver going to keep you up to date on that race off of pit road as we continue to try to fix some of our issues here tonight. You know, they had to wait until about halfway through the race to give us a caution, you know? Just...
Yeah, did a good job waiting till halfway. Another race off pit road. Zach Rogers is going to win that. Josh Moyers comes out in second.
Got some great racing coming up here on JTN, folks. Next time we're live, it's going to be tomorrow night with our friends at the Hobo Racing League. Modified action from the new Smyrna Speedway coverage kicking off at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see you there. Also be live next Tuesday for the Maverick Cup Series season finale right here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Coverage for that one kicking off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the NNSCRA Winter Classic coming up. Special Holly Jolly Christmas race beginning December 9th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races, much, much more. They're going to be live right here only on JTN. And we're having more issues. Wonderful. Weaver, have we gotten one to green?
We have not. Still pacing right now. Hearing some clutch work out of the 68 car. Josh and Moyers maybe saving a little bit of fuel. I mean, I guess you could try and make it from here. It'd be... I don't know. I don't think you can make it, but...
I don't either, but, you know, you can try.
Now, something to keep in mind, though, is likely will not have to take a full 2 cans on the last pit stop here, so trying to get as little bit of a pit stop as you can, as short of a pit stop as you can on that last stop. Even if you can't make it, you can make it shorter.
Oh, cool. Now nothing is working. That's amazing.
Just one of those days.
No kidding. There we go. We at least got that back. Caution's out. Everything's all out of order. But hey, we at least have a lap counter and standings for you folks at home. Apologies to all the guys here at Fuel. Is Zach Rogers trying to claim the championship, hold on to his Champions 1 here? 43 laps to go. Green flag. We're back away here from Homestead.
Back underway and a good restart from Zach Rogers. Going to be out to the early lead here. Josh Moyer's close behind. He's going to be trying to track down that one car.
One thing to note, Joshua Clements now 2 laps down in this race, Weaver. He's third on the racetrack, but 2 laps down to Zach Rogers and Joshua Moyers. It's going to make it hard without another caution or two to see this 84 get back in the title hunt.
2 or 3 maybe right now. 91 car Cole Rodriguez, a lap down would be in line for that lucky dog before the 84, so something to keep in mind on unless you can go out here and get one back the hard way. He makes a pass on the 68. Joshua Moore is now up into second on the track.
I'm just going to try to get one back the hard way. Get back on the same lap as Cole Rodriguez. If you're Zach Rogers here, is there really a point to try to fight this 84 car? Or?
I mean, it does keep one of the contenders further out as caution is out. He was not able to get up there. Looks like problems for the 97 of Crystal Bennett. Heavy damage to the rear end of that car.
Went hard to that outside wall. He's at our second caution of the night as the 97 goes for a spin.
Another race off pit road, this time won by the 7 car of Tyler Stallhood. Zach Rogers comes off second, Joshua Moyers in third. A little closer here on fuel, Joe. Still not feeling too great about being able to make it from here. Once again, a shorter last stop if you have to take that under green.
It's all a part of it, right? It's all games. It's all time. It's just...
And it is,
I love the chess. I love the chess. It's great chess.
68 of Joshua Moore is not too much to lose. Going to come back down pit road here, top off. Make sure that car has as much fuel as possible in it here before going back green. We're just taking a drive-through.
Hey, you know, I love going to the drive-through. What's your favorite drive-through?
Man. I don't know. I think all drive-throughs got a downside to them, but I don't know. It's like the what a drive-through should be is never what a drive-through is.
Well, of course.
Maybe I don't like the drive-through. I like the idea of it.
See the cars getting the wave around there.
Rogers and Moyer's coming back down pit road, see if they decide to give their crew something to do this time.
Should they give their crew something to do, in your opinion?
I mean, you're paying them, right?
Can't just be let them eat ice cream down there or some of that Jimmy Dean sausage.
Nah, I don't think so. Rogers wins that race off pit road with drivers coming in, topping off again. You know, Joe, by the time we go back green,
It's gonna be close.
it's the same run that they did that first run, about 34 laps. Base car lights are off, going back green this time. Tyler Stallhood, our leader. Zach Rogers outside row one.
Tate says he likes the bank drive-through. Just so you know.
Yeah. When they're giving me money, I can agree with that. Not when I'm having to
Give them money.
put money in. Yeah, not when I'm putting money in there for it to get taken away. It's a green flag flies again. A big bump from the 91 to Zach Rogers. That's going to give him a little nose on the inside line going into turn one. Ooh, Tyler Stallhood with a little
They're three wide.
looseness. A little loose there for the 7 car. Had the 68 of Moyers checking up.
Warriors right now in a position. He's running fourth. Stallhood.
Gathers it up. The 91's working to gather it up down there on the apron. Really had the 68 of Moyers checking up. He's going to be far back now, and he was trying to save some fuel there through 3 and 4. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that now with this gap to the leader.
Zach Rogers now can save a lot of fuel, huh? Immediately clutches.
Heavy clutching out of our leaders here. They want to make it. They don't want to stop again. As long as this race stays green, they're going to stay out here.
Have you heard about the rusty patched bumblebee and the decline in population of them?
I have not.
Tristan's trying to spread awareness in chat about it, just so you know.
I'm a big fan of the bees. I got some honey right here. I'm sure that's probably not the best form because it's Walmart honey. I'm sure it's very unethically produced, but you know, shout out all the bees.
Walmart, if you want to sponsor us, or bees, if bees want to sponsor us. I just see 84
Let's see.
taking
Does it say
his lap
anything on
back.
here?
That's Joshua Clements, not for the lead, but gets back on the lead lap. Getting around Zach Rogers there. Rogers is all but locked up most laps led here this evening.
It says True Source certified. I don't know what that means, but
Means it's True Source certified.
Something good for yeah. And did you know you're not supposed to feed honey to infants under 1 year old, 1 year of age, Joe?
Really?
What the bear says. Oh man, what happened to his nose? He's jacked up.
Ooh.
The bear.
Oh.
Honey bear. Tell you, one of our drivers up here did not get the memo on saving fuel. That's 84. Joshua Clements getting that lap back hard way now. Still going to need a yellow to be back in contention for this race, but he's in a good spot. Zach Rogers now gets back ahead for the time being.
I think the big thing with the 84 right now is you need a caution, right? It's going to be hard to get back into this race because you can't get yourself back into it all by your lonesome.
Yeah, definitely going to need a yellow, preferably when you're ahead of that one car now. Zach Rogers taking that spot away and pulling away from the 84 car.
Saw the one on the apron, that was the 76. Campos.
Moyers at an even 2 seconds behind the leader, Zach Rogers now. Both the 1 and 68 in heavy fuel save mode for the end of this race. One of those things, Joe, if you're saving fuel now, as heavy these drivers are, you're going to be saving fuel until those last 5 laps, maybe until the very end.
Tyler Stallhood loose there off of turn 4. We caught you, Tyler. It's just Zach Rogers out in front trying to claim the old Wednesday night Winston Cup Championship. Grand National Championship. Like to remind kids at home not to smoke. Oh, Clements hard to the outside wall. Caution is out here.
No. He needed a yellow, but he didn't want it like that.
You didn't need to be it. Wow.
That's going to make all these leaders good on fuel to the end. If once you pit under yellow here, we're going to get us an all-out race to the end. Also closes up this gap for Joshua Moyers.
Your Moyers in that 68. Now you come down pit lane, Weaver. You get what you need. And you hope that you can beat the one car. Rogers, the thing for the championship is Rogers has the tiebreaker. Rogers has won a race this year. Joshua Moyers has not. That was the first tiebreaker. It's race wins on the season. So with that being said, Rogers has led the most laps here tonight. That's a bonus point. If Moyers can win this race, he would get 42 points. If Rogers were to finish second in this race, he would get 41. The race win would be enough for Moyers to take home the championship. I think that's the goal now. If you're the 68, win the race. If you're the one, it's just
win the race.
Win the race.
Finish ahead of the 68.
Finish ahead of the 68. Well, yeah, you don't have to win the race.
Well, the way it's shaping up now, it looks like winning the race is going to be finishing ahead of the 68.
Yeah, I thought I could make the story a little more fun.
You ain't got to make it fun, Joe. You got to win the race. We got to win the race.
Gotta win the race.
We talked about it before the race here. All these drivers need to do is go out here and win the race. You win the race, you're going to win the title.
Have you ever won a title?
Not racing.
Boxing?
No. Got a couple fancy football titles, though.
That's right, you do.
Quite a few.
do you like hug your trophies at night or something?
I have been known to do that every now and then. You know, they sleep with me sometimes. Keep me locked in, you know.
Doghood comes back down pit lane. I was gonna get a lap back here via the wave around. Remember, folks, we'll be live again tomorrow night. We're racing action from New Smyrna Speedway. Coverage kicking off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Encourage you to make sure you tune in. 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. I think I said 8:30. And then we'll be live next Tuesday for the Maverick Cup Series season finale, final Maverick Night in America, right back here at Homestead. We're staying in Florida this week, Weaver.
Fun time here in Florida. Fun time.
It do be. There's a big college football game here next week, too. Might just have to stick around.
Is there?
Yeah. Florida State week next week.
I mean that's a good one.
What's the better one?
I mean, there's a little better one happening up the road up in Orlando.
Yeah, who's UCF playing?
Oh no, Joe, no. We're talking about the Florida Classic, baby.
Off. Who you got winning that one?
That's always Bethune-Cookman.
Not the AMU guys.
Not those Rattlers, no.
Not the Rattlers.
Can't be.
Can't be. Hey, Tate, I would like to wish you good luck in being bowl eligible this year. Got 2 games to do it, buddy. You guys can do it.
Some bowl eligibility.
We're not going to talk about Connor Stallion. Heck Rogers has laid us back to green. He's looked like a stallion tonight. Green flag back underway. Moyer's on the outside. Rogers on the inside. Battling for the championship and the race win.
2 championship contenders off to a galloping start on this restart. Rogers going to be able to clear here through turn 2 using that inside line.
Be 20 laps to go when we get back to the line for Zach Rogers in the number 1. Can he hold on to the victory here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway? Also, we're hoping you have better luck next week too. That was a rough one. It's been a good one here tonight. This track has put on some thrilling racing, Weaver. Only 19 laps left in this season. Rogers trying to hold on to the victory.
He's got a battle on his hands.
Josh Moyers and that Jimmy Dean Sausages Honda start to apply some pressure, and don't look now. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Here comes Scooby-Doo and Tyler Stallhood.
11 car coming on late here. No fuel saving, no tire saving. We're flat out to the finish here. Less than 28 laps to go in this one. Nobody's worrying about running that high side to save some tires. We're all trying to run that fast line down low on the track. Seems like you don't really want to put it on that white line. Kind of just hold it up a lane. Oh, is the 7's going to go around?
It's the wall. Keeps it going.
Straight.
You know, sometimes...
Makes pit road.
Allison, no. So, the 1 and the 68, they're the championship. 84 was also part of that championship. Clements, though, out of this race now. I believe. Yes.
Yes.
So
they
whichever-
have pulled that 84 to the garage.
The 1 or the 68 wins the race, they are the champion. I think.
I'm pretty sure you are correct. Now, if the 68 was to finish second and the 1 car finished third, I believe.
I believe the 1 would be the champion.
Yeah, I believe he would be the champion. Like you said, led the most laps. Both drivers have led a lap.
And then the 1 of Zach Rogers has the tiebreaker.
Like we said all night, just win the race.
Just win the race. Make your life easier.
You want to be the only one doing burnouts out there if you win the title anyway.
You don't want to share it with anybody?
Nah, it's your big moment.
Weaver, I get a feeling you weren't good at sharing as a kid.
Why? Why? Well, listen, Joe. I could share a toy. This is a championship here. So it's very different. You don't want to share that championship moment with somebody else. I tell you, who really doesn't want to share is Zach Rogers. As he's starting to pull a little bit of gap on the 68 here.
Rogers is like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just start step a walking away. Welcome in, Rocky. 12 laps to go here from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. 12 laps left in the Fuel Wednesday Night Series Grand National Racing. Here comes Josh Moyers. He's making another charge, Weaver.
Another charge tight on that rear bumper of the 1 car. Next time by, it'll be 10 laps to go in our championship finale here from Homestead. Zach Rogers looking to hold on to this lead and the championship. Joshua Moyers looking to challenge for it late.
Can Moyers find a way around Zach Rogers here in the late stages of the season? The 68 team, they have not won this year. They don't hold the tiebreaker over the 1. Zach Rogers has won. We saw it, I believe, earlier this year at Watkins Glen. I could be mistaken. I have been before. Rogers always so strong here. Has that Champions 1 on the door, looking to retain it here with less than 10 laps to go now, as we're going to get 9 to go at the line. It's a heads-up dogfight for the championship, Weaver. You wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
No, it's gotta be like this, Joe. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be, folks. It's gotta be.
Back down to the bottom from Moyer's going to draw even here on corner exit. Big run off the corner for Zach Rogers, though.
He's got to do something. Rogers is able to hold that top line. It's been a lot more effective tonight than we've seen in recent races here at Homestead. As Moyers goes to the point, he takes it with authority. Rogers with a run down the back straightaway. He'll dive to the inside.
Big run down to the inside here for Zach Rogers. He can be able to make it stick down there. Looks like he will. Run coming from Moyers, though.
Moyers was able to take the lead for, I don't know, about a quarter of a lap. Rogers takes it right back.
Moyer's back down to that inside line. That's how he got the lead. Running out of time here. Going to get to that quarter panel. Rogers not with a big run. Enough to clear, though.
Moyers with another dive down to the inside here into 3 and 4. He's at this point where he's going to start testing things. He's going to duck and slide up in front of Zach Rogers off of turn number 4. He'll take the lead. Rogers not as close this time, heading back down into 1.
Yeah, didn't get that big run. Moyer's going to go down low to defend. Blocks that inside line for Rogers. Oh, he's going to get loose!
Moyers hard to the outside wall.
Green flag is still out as Zach Rogers scurries away with the lead in both the championship and the race. Just has to keep it going for 5 more laps as we cross the line.
See the replay of it. No contact, no nothing. 68 just gets loose, and Rogers does an excellent job of navigating around Moyers to hold on to the lead, to hold on to the championship. Moyer's still in second, but he's about half a lap back now of Zach Rogers.
And that was a championship move that we saw out of that 68 car of Joshua Moyers there. He had to stop that run of Zach Rogers to the inside, going to the inside of that corner. Had to park his car there and just could not hold on to it, doing maybe a little bit too much mirror driving. It is all Zach Rogers now. Just has to bring it home clean. Hope nobody else has any issues out here on the track.
How much you want to do these last 2 laps if you're Rogers in the 1? Are you taking it down off the wall? You keeping it up there? You got plenty of time. I mean, it's
I mean, you're still running at speed, but you're probably running a little safer than you were when you were battling that 68 car.
You're not pushing it as hard.
Oh,
He's getting
it
in the
looks
wall.
like he might be.
He hears us say that. He's like, all right, watch this. 2 to go. I would not be taking any chances if I'm the 1.
No, just a lap and a half stands between you and a title. Why risk it now?
And I think
I don't
Moyers
think he is.
Moyers is missing the right front tire in that 68. He's just limping around now. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Death Craver 1 to go. There's Death Craver on Amazon. That's Death and then Craver with a K. New book now available on Amazon. Rogers trying to seal the deal here, seal the championship away. Comes through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Joshua Moyers way up next to the wall. Almost contact with the 68. Off of the final corner. It's going to be Zach Rogers taking home the Fuel Championship here on Wednesday night. He's your race winner. He's your champion for the 2023 season.
A big return season for the Fuel Racing League coming here on Wednesday night. Running Cups. We brought you the opener. We brought you the finale. Zach Rogers bringing home a title and the race win. He's going to burn it down on the front straight.
Rogers does an excellent job burning it down here. Cole Rodriguez, your second place finisher in the number 91. The Joshua Moyers rounds out your top 3 here tonight. We'll talk with them. Again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in to JTN here this evening. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN, the Joe Toad Network. And we're going to be live again tomorrow night. Modifieds from New Smyrna Speedway. Results on your screens in a matter of moments, but first, let's get a word with our friends from AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in owner mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. Remember, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. Fall and winter sales upcoming, though. Be on a lookout for that. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. The premier text-based motorsports simulation game. It's AutoSim 2. Results on your screen. Zach Rogers, your race winner, leads the most laps here tonight. Let's go ahead and first start off by talking with our third place finisher. He's the driver of the number 68, Joshua Moyers. Josh, you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
All right. I know. I got to ask it. Disappointing way to end the year, yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, to at least have a shot, is something. But to be battling right there at the end and have it legit slide away from you, it kind of sucks. So
hey, you used the words, not me. How much of that though was, we saw it in our chat. It's a good point that they brought up. Heating up the right rear tire, running that bottom line. Was that at the end of the day? Was that kind of what caught you off guard a little bit there?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm sure he was probably better off on tires. He ran the high line a lot more than I was. I got clear of him there off of 4, and I didn't have that rabbit to chase, and I overshot the entry just a little bit, and I should have just let the car slide up, but I tried to keep it held down. Got a little bit loose, and I think I was all right, but then he started pulling up and packed some air on the spoiler, and it just went off on me. So
goes around at the end of this race, but Josh, a fantastic season. You make the final 3, final 4 here tonight at Homestead. How much fun was it this race in this year? Of course, it's a unique format with top 4 in points, making it to this championship 4 instead of wins really being that decider here at the end of the year. How much fun was that this year to kind of have that type of battle going into last week's race, and then kind of still having the best of both worlds with the one race every, winner take all type of scenario that we had here tonight?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think consistency with how the point structure was really pays off, and I think I was the only driver that showed up for every race this year, so that helps some. I didn't have the outright pace all year like Zach and Malin did, but just kept chugging along, and with it being open setup too, it's like it's been a long time since I've done open setup, and so back when I was doing open setup, that was back in the original days, and so as the game's evolved, there's a lot different things with the way the tracks are made now that I haven't quite got a grasp on. So hopefully we can get a little bit better with that and run up front some more next time. So,
Josh, again, congratulations on a great season. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Got great partners on the car, got great folks supporting you. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah, thanks Jimmy Dean for sponsoring the car. We might have been the only Honda on the grid all year. Not too entirely sure on that, but thank you for their support. I want to say hi to my wife. Hope she's doing good, and I'll see you here in a little while.
Well, Josh, again, congratulations on a great season. As always, it's a pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you. Can't thank you enough for your time, and good luck here in the off season, and hope to see big things from you in the 68 team next year.
Thank you, and also want to congratulate Zach on the championship. He ran stellar all year long. So,
heck yeah, Joshua Moyers, driver of the 68, your third place finisher here tonight, finishes runner up in the championship. Let's go ahead and talk with our second place finisher driver, the number 91, Cole Rodriguez. Cole, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Second place run here tonight. This Homestead track had a lot of lanes, a lot of ground that you can move up and down the banking. How much fun is that behind the wheel of the race car?
Oh yeah, well, lots of fun. This has always been historically one of my best tracks in other leagues. I've had some of my best finishes here. I always love riding the wall. I mean, a lot of people call me Kyle Larson or Tyler Reddick, whoever likes to do that in IRL for actually riding up the wall. That's one of my things that I like to do with saving tires and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really have the setup for it tonight. Sort of just not necessarily a lucky podium per se. I mean, maybe if that's what you want to call it, but sort of things just happen with people retiring and wrecking that I just sort of happened to be right place, right time, that I was able to finish in the highest, I believe it's my highest ever finishing position in this league. So yeah, a lot of fun tonight.
Well, congratulations on that. I wasn't aware of that. And also, like, don't discount it. It's a great run for you in this team tonight. You can't say,
yeah.
luck and blah, blah, blah. How much does this kind of help you build momentum going into the off season? Does it help with the confidence more? Is it just a matter of, okay, now I know I can do it? What kind of goes through your mind behind the wheel or underneath the helmet here, or in the debrief room?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think that it's definitely some momentum here with possibly could go back to the garage, see what more I could do with the car. Possibly doing more testing here and there to see what works, what doesn't work with the tires. I know that was my big thing tonight. I was able to cool the tires down when I needed, and that was sort of my big thing that I always try to keep going. Is when the tires get too hot, you sort of just lose that grip in them after a while. So yeah, no, definitely huge momentum. Excited for the next season and looking to move forward from here.
Well, Cole, again, congratulations on the second place run here tonight. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Great partners on the car. Got a great group probably helping you behind the scenes. Floor is yours for shout outs and thanks.
Yes, of course. The team owner, Cameron Jameson, Chejajan Motorsports, the team, Gino Bononi for helping me paint this car, or at least the idea for the Mac Tonight car. I always love seeing it back on the podium. And yeah, friends, family, anybody else on the team, thank you.
Cole, again, pleasure getting opportunity to talk with you. Congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight. And again, can't thank you enough for taking some time to talk with us after this one.
Yep, thank you for having me.
Cole Rodriguez, driver, the number 91, your second place finisher here tonight from Homestead. Let's go ahead and now head down to Victory Lane and talk with the race winner and your 2023 season champion, Zach Rogers. Zach, you got a copy.
Go, hey. Joe.
How good does it feel?
It feels good.
A dominant performance from you in this one team tonight. I assume it was a Herculean effort, trying to get things set up for this race tonight. This Homestead track, difficult, multiple lines, multiple grooves. How did you manage that, and how did you manage that in terms of the setup?
Yeah, we made a couple changes to the setup during practice, some stuff to try and make it looser. Then we actually went back on a couple things to make it tighter. Did the same thing in the race, ran, I think, 70 pounds of wedge out of it on the first run. It got really sideways, but it was fast at the end. So we threw 10 pounds of wedge in it and to stable it. And then we took the 10 pounds of wedge back out right at the end. So we could fly again. But you really had to manage how much you ran the bottom here, because if you ran the bottom too much, you would overcook the right rear tire, and that would ultimately get you loose and you would spin. You saw that with the 84 when he got in the wall off the corner, and then he went to rip it off the wall and he had no shot and he just spun it right down the track. And then at the end there with the 68, I actually was following him into the corner on the bottom, and I saw him stepping sideways, and I was like, ooh. And then I like got right up to his spoiler and took some air off of him without hitting him, and that was the rest of that. I didn't want him to spin, but I knew if I took some air off of him, he'd probably get really loose and have to catch it. But I was really looking forward to battling it out with him. But yeah, so I mean, you had to run the top up against the wall to help cool your right sides down. That was the play there.
Well, obviously a spectacular season for you and this one team. Tonight's the culmination of that with a championship. Winning a championship here, obviously you put a lot of work in behind the scenes, and I'll ask you about that here in a second, but to win the championship here, to do it at a track like Homestead that is such a driver's racetrack, what does that mean? And, you know, how do you continue to move forward here in the offseason and continue to improve and get better?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually my final hurrah for Fuel for the time being. So kind of cool. I got to win the season 0 championship and now the official season 1 championship. But you know, like I'm taking the next 7 weeks off as I prepare for the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series season, and along with their Truck Series and Xfinity Series that comes up in January. So the next 7 weeks. Really nice to be heading into those 7 weeks with this championship and get to take a break. So it's nice to have ended it on a win in a championship versus what I'd like to call self-spinulitis that we saw out of the 68 and the 84. So I'm glad I didn't fall victim. And I actually had to jab the brake a little bit there to not hit Moyers when he spun in front of me. That was scary.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I mean, all you can really do is just keep putting into practice and see what works and what doesn't work. And, you know, it's all a track-by-track basis. But Homestead always been good to me. Kind of funny, about 4 years ago or so, I won a championship here in a fixed setup environment on this very version of the track, slightly different grips and stuff, but same version. And now I've won an open setup championship on it. So that's kind of cool.
Well, Zach, a stellar race, big race win, championship win. Congratulations on all the success this year. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Great partners, great folks, great things to shout out. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah, we got a bit of a long list, Joe, so hope you can bear with me. I'm sure you've got the time. Lord knows I'm the one that paid the bill this weekend, so, you know. Anyway, first I want to thank co-admin and league owner of Fuel Racing League, Tyler Stallhood. It has been fun and both challenging to work with someone once again to help administrate a league both in season 0 and this season in 01. But despite all the good and the bad and the disagreements and the agreements, you know, I think it was really enjoyable overall to help put something on again for somebody who wanted to run an open setup league. So I hope Tyler and this league continue to thrive and get some more people in next season and whatnot, and whatever they got going on in the future, all the best to them. And I will always be available to Tyler if he needs tips or suggestions on something. So just want to thank him for allowing me to help him out these past 2 seasons. Also, he about wrecked me tonight. So even though it wasn't intentional, but always fun racing with him. I want to shout out the other Tyler that couldn't be here tonight, Mr. Tyler Mallon, who's in the middle of nowhere for some reason. He's got a reason, but you know, he's in the middle of nowhere. Arguably was the best driver this season here at Fuel. Was very hard to beat. I don't think I beat him once. The 2 times I won, he wasn't here, but I'd like to think Mid Ohio, even if he was there, I would have won still. But anyway, got to thank Tyler. Would have been nice to have battled him for this one, but It's not the first time I've had a really good competitor not be able to show up due to real life commitments, and just got to thank Tyler and respect to him for the season he's had. If we didn't have this format, he would have been champion hands down. So, but we had the format, so I'm the champion. Shout out Corsair for being on the car. Shout out again to Stallhood on painting the scheme. Shout out Death Craver on that's my book. Check it out on Amazon. And of course, thanks to you, Joe, for the partnership and for putting this out there for everyone to go back and watch, or for those that watched it live. Thank you for watching. We got the wheel, we got the pedals, yada, 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 yada. My internet was good tonight. I think somebody had their game crash. Stallhood had his game crash early, so that was in the back of my mind. I was like, oh man, I hope my game doesn't crash tonight. And then the last thing in my mind with 5 to go after Moyer spun was, man, I sure hope my engine doesn't blow up, because I haven't had one of those since Pocono in season 0, and I think I had like a 10-second lead at Pocono when that happened. So I was like, oh man, like this would be a really bad time to blow up again. But yeah, so thank you NRRNG for not killing me tonight. That's about it.
Well, Zach, it's always a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you after one of these races. Congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on the race win. Dominant performance here to end the year. Can't thank you enough for bringing us out, for being a supporter of what we do here on JTN. And buddy, go celebrate, go enjoy the off season, and we're hoping to hear more and see more big things from you out there on the racetrack on JTN in 2024.
Yep. Unfortunately, the refrigerator is void of any alcoholic beverages
That's okay.
right now.
That's not a bad thing.
The celebration liquid is going to be H2O. Or as Dewey likes to say, hydroxide, whatever the heck he said. Sorry.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Well, he said hydrogen monoxide, didn't he?
I thought he did, but he didn't. But I think he did. But
Don't you like that I remember this? From,
I do.
I think
That's
it was
how I know
like
you
a
watch
week
it
or
back.
two ago.
It was last Thursday.
What was the t-shirt idea again? I need a Hydro Buddies t-shirt or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Hydro Homies. That's what it was. Hydro Homies.
Yeah.
And you can put the state of Michigan and Massachusetts on it for good measure.
There we go. Plenty of water. Zach, go enjoy some H2O, buddy. Congratulations on the championship. And again, we're looking forward to talking with you soon.
Yep, at least our Massachusetts water doesn't have any dirt in it.
Zach Rogers, driver the number 1, your race winner and champion here tonight from Homestead. That's gonna wrap up our coverage.
That it will, Joe. A very fun race from Homestead. Always fun to crown a champion.
It is. And folks,
good night.
We can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. We'll be live again tomorrow night, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Hova Racing Modifieds from New Smyrna Speedway. If you want to get in on the action here with Fuel, we got their Discord linked in the video description below. You go join the Discord. You'll be able to stay up to date with everything going on here in the Fuel Racing League moving forward. Again, with all that being said, though, folks, for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol Star Producer, for my colleague Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the tri-oval, Whitehill and through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the line and they're wrecking behind him. You have cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy